YouTube, it's your boy Chris Anthony back at it again with another banger for your head top. And for this video, I'm going to be doing an 100% guide to Black Myth Wukong Chapter 1. In this video, I will show you where every chest, item, spirit, boss, and secret is in this chapter. And moving forward, I'll be doing all chapters of Black Myth Wukong. So without any further ado, here's your guide. Obviously, you always want to pick up every single one of these. Anytime you see something that you can gather, pick it up. Helps to focus while you're running. So the first chest is actually right here. So when you start the game, you can't miss it. There's no way you can miss it. It's right there. Okay. Obviously, first shrine is here along with a cutscene. Let's move forward. Okay. You want to clear this entire area so you can explore properly. Which obviously this is the first area and it's fairly easy. Alright, fairly easy. Now in each of these areas there is, I think it's from chapter 1 through 4. You're gonna see this guy somewhere. So this is the first part of his or her quest. Sorry, it's a girl. It's a girl monkey. She's always gonna run away from you, and you're always gonna want to pick up what she drops. This comes together until the last chapter, which you hand these in and you get the final item for. So it's the skanda of each area, 4 chapters. Back here, there is a character. It's easily killable. I call it the New York Pigeon. Oh, damn. It's cooking. Okay. But back here, there is some will that you can get, especially early on, that'll help you level up and gather materials or buy materials and stuff. So you're always going to want to capture all that. And obviously you head over here to like the first mini boss. All right, first boss down. Keep moving forward. So when you go up here, this will be where your first meditation spot. Obviously, the first chapter is the most linear, so you're gonna want to get up to this area, and you're gonna see it glowing, and you'll get your meditation spot. I don't get a spark from this; I just get will now. In your first run, you will get a spark each meditation spot. Now, when you finish the meditation spot, you're gonna want to head right this way, and it's gonna show you exactly where the next shrine is. Let's get to the shrine. Now this next area is probably where you get to search the most. In chapter 1, there's actually 3 bosses in this area. One of them you're gonna have to come back to later, which I will show you as well. So let's go clear this whole area. Let's go. From here, you want to go left. So after defeating that guy, you get your first chest in this area. And then down here to the left, I guess you can say is a mini boss, but this is one of those things that happens in every single chapter, every single time. You're going to see the flowers come out of the ground. Now, these aren't considered bosses, but there is some in different areas that are considered bosses. Now from here, you got your first side boss that I would say counts. Wandering White is his name. He's a very tough time and optional, but he gives you your first actual spirit of the game that you can not transform into, but he is the first spirit that you can get in the game. So you follow this path and you'll see the big blue-headed big baby right here. It's time to fight. He also drops you your first curios, which is the cat eye beads. Again, from this location to get to another side boss, and this one's actually going to be your first transformation. The enemies that you can actually turn into for a longer period of time.
Another monkey, I see. Why don't you lay down your...
once you defeat him, you pick up his spear, and that's literally how you get your first transformation. So that's 2 out of the 3 bosses in this area. His transformation is called Red Tides. Once you're done with that fight, okay, there's 2 things you can do here. To the right is the will. Let's go pick that up. And this right here is a quest within this chapter alone that unlocks a secret area. There's going to be 3 of these. This is the first of the 3. You got to ring the bell, okay?
You just had to make some noise, did you?
Once you're done with both these fights, you can now move forward because you've done everything you can in this area so far. Like I said, we're going to have to come back. But as of right now, you're all done here. Follow the path. Follow the path, you get to the Guanyin Temple, which leads you to another shrine.
Quiet. You don't want to set
And a little cutscene.
beast. In the backyard is Black Wind Guai's ally, calls itself Link Shutsa. Considering your strength, I suggest you get away while you can, little monkey.
Soon as you leave the shrine, you could turn fully around and you'll see there's a will as well over here that you can pick up. Leave the shrine, go forward and left over here, and boom, you'll see the chest. Now again, from the shrine, you're gonna head to the next boss, which they showed in most of the commercials. It's the wolf.
Now that it's dead, you might as well take a good look around. A great pill the Black Wind Guai had gifted the wolf. Finding it would be a deserving reward for that fight.
Okay, now, after you defeat him, there is another chest, okay? You want to stand in the middle, go forward and make a right over here. And in this little, like, gazebo, there's another chest. From there, after you defeat the boss, you can move forward. Inside this little gazebo area, there is something you can pick up over here. Those are most likely going to be either curios or something that'll upgrade your health, mana, or stamina. Now, keep moving forward. And there's another shrine here. So far, we've unlocked 4 shrines. Forest of Wolves was the first area. Obviously, Front Hills was the first one. Outside the forest was another one. And the Guanyin Temple was the last. Outside of the Guanyin Temple is the first one of Bamboo Grove, which is back hills. After this shrine, you're going to want to follow the path, and after these steps, there is an immediate left that you can take. It has two things that you can do. There's a meditation spot, and it's a quest that lasts until chapter 5. Obviously, right in front of us is the glowing mat that you can rest at, but to the right over here is our boy. His quest is very simple. You talk to him after you find him in every single chapter, and this is where he's at in chapter 1. Make sure to exhaust all his dialogue before moving on. And then, of course, right in front of us is the meditation spot. You head back out from here and you progress forward. Straight out from there, straight out from the cave, you're gonna want to move forward, defeat all the enemies here. And right in front here, after you kill this guy, there is another chest. After that, you still want to move forward. Now, there's a couple things in this area after you move forward. Directly to the left where you hear the waterfall, there will be some will. Go ahead and pick that up. Now, from here, you want to move forward, and there's a path to the left, but you want to go straight first, where you'll have to fight 2 frogs, and then there's more will in the back underneath the overpass. There you have it. Again, back from here, you're going to want to follow the path this way. Now, before you head to the shrine, there is a path here to the right that leads to something else. Now, follow the path and you get to the next shrine. You now unlocked the Snake Trail Shrine. From this shrine, you're going to want to follow the path up the stairs, and it'll lead to another side quest that lasts 5 chapters. You hear the guy speaking. He's right to your right. And this guy gives you the gourd that allows you to pick up the will. Basically, before you see him or run into him, the will that you pick up isn't the complete amount that you can get. And it also allows you to capture the spirits fully. Now, before you move forward from here, you're going to want to turn to the right, go down into the water, and head back this way. Over here is a side boss that is also in every chapter. There's literally 6 chapters and 6 of these bosses. It is the frog. I'm not going to embarrass myself trying to pronounce the frog's name, but yeah. There you have it. This is also another spirit you can capture, and it's actually the only spirit you can upgrade to mythical. Now, from here, there's actually 2 ways you can go. You can either go back to the original path, or you can go through this side, which both leads to the same next area. So if you go left, there is will here as well. that you can pick up. And you could jump right down this way and explore the next area. But for guide purposes, I'm going to also show you the other way. Okay, now we're back here. You move forward. And if I'm not mistaken, there's also Will right in front of us. The more orbs that are floating around, the more Will you get. Follow the path, go down. Once you get down the stairs, you're going to want to clear this entire area up. There's skeleton enemies and the snake enemies, both which poison you. So be very careful. Once you clear the area, you're going to want to make sure you save all your resources, meaning mana, health, all that good stuff. So that's why I said to be careful, because once you finish this area, immediately after is another side boss. This guy here is annoying because he deals poison damage, so be very mindful of the projectiles when he pulls out the snakes.
This humble one's name is Guangmo. Should my demise come by your hands, please.
Once you defeat him, this is another spirit that you can pick up, and fully upgraded, it's very powerful and allows you to poison enemies with multiple snakes. Now, before you move forward through that area right there, that little overpass, you're going to want to go up these stairs to the left and follow this path. This is now bell number 2 to unlock the secret area. Remember, there's 3 bells that you have to ring to unlock the area. This is bell number 2. Back to here, you're going to want to follow the path going this way. Leads to the next shrine. This shrine is Bamboo Grove's Marsh of the White Mist. Now, before you move forward, there is an item that you might want to pick up over here. The reason that item turned into Will is because I no longer need those items. I'm fully upgraded there. Now, back from the shrine, you're going to want to follow the path and move forward. There's going to be a little cutscene coming up. Once you defeat that enemy, the cutscene will play. It gives you a drink and soak. The drinks and the soaks are something you can put onto your gourd. Now, from there, you're going to want to go left real quick, and there is another chest. Back from that spot, you're going to want to go right into the cave, and that monkey you just saved now becomes a vendor for you.
Well, only drink.
After you speak to him and buy whatever you want to buy, there's also Will right here. To the left. Go ahead and pick that up. And then you can head down here. Now this next area is a boss arena. This is probably the first challenging boss that you're gonna face if this is your first playthrough. And be warned, he does have 2 phases. Go into it prepared to fight for your life.
Hailed bird, hailed bird. Tell, to what end do you seek?
Okay, now, after you defeat that boss, there obviously is a path ahead of you. But before you go that way, you're going to want to go left. You'll see enemies here that you have to defeat before moving forward. But this is the area for the final bell to unlock the secret area. Once you defeat those enemies, you ring this final bell, and it takes you directly to the secret area where the secret boss is. You are now taken to the ancient Guanyin Temple, which is literally the same exact thing as the original Guanyin Temple, but darker and gloomier. So you head up the stairs, and the shrine will be in the same spot. From this shrine, instead of going left, there is no chest there this time, but there is 3 chests to the right of the shrine. So you're gonna wanna head there and open every single one. Now from the shrine, same way you walked up those stairs to get to the wolf, you're walking up the stairs to get to the secret boss, which is basically the Wandering Wight, but gold form, a little bit stronger, and he has a little secret. So once you defeat the boss, it sends you right back to where you rung the last bell. You'll see the hanging wolf with an examine sign next to it, and you examine it to get the piece you need. The piece you get from that actually helps you with the first main boss of the chapter that gives you a relic. I'll show you exactly what it is. It'll be the fireproof mantle. Now from this bell, you're gonna want to follow the path and go to that cave that you saw earlier. On the right side of this cave, you're going to see another will that you have to pick up. Now continue down the path.
It's time to get how tough we are.
Now from here, there's 2 paths to go. The main path is where you'll see the enemy to the right. But if you go straight, there's another meditation spot. Not only a meditation spot, but another thing to help your health, mana, or stamina. So back from here, you're gonna want to follow the path that went right.
You've come to the wrong.
You kill these 2 guys who are guarding the shrine. You now unlock the first shrine at Blackwind Cave, which is Cave Interior. Directly after the shrine, there is a boss. So after you defeat him, you get your second spell, which is Cloud Step. Actually, this is technically the third spell because you got the transformation after one fight. The first like training fight, you get your immobilization, and this is the third one, which is Cloud Step. After you defeat him, you're gonna want to go back this way, and you'll see a glowing vase. The awakened wine worms allow you to upgrade your gourds and your drinks. Back to after you defeat him, you go up and to the left here, you'll see another chest to open. That gives you a curios. Okay. Back here, you're gonna want to follow the path straight. You have now entered the final area of Chapter 1. Get to the shrine, and I believe there's one more shrine after this, and that's it. This is outside the cave of the Blackwind Cave. After this shrine, you're gonna want to turn around, and before following the path to the left here, there's also some more will. Now back to following the path.
Ahead is a treacherous path. Don't forget the spell you learned.
So once you get here and take care of all the guards, which are really annoying because archers are always the worst, there's a couple things over here to your left. It's another spirit that you can get and a chest. Now, you're gonna want to continue up the path. Like I said, there is enemies here, but I already defeated them. Right here is another thing that you can pick up. You keep following the path. And we eat some more. This leads to the last shrine of the chapter. Straight from the shrine, you're gonna want to turn around, head up these stairs, and this will be the final boss and first relic of the game.
He once told me.
And after you defeat him, you get your cutscene and you get your first relic of the game.
Well, spare your sorry life.
Also, quick tip, the way you know you're done with a spot, especially on your first run, it'll show you in the journal. It's portraits. So each foot soldier or mob soldier is going to be in the lesser Yaguais. And before you move on to the next spot, you will see if you've unlocked all of them before you go forward. Same thing with the Yaguai chiefs, which are basically the side bosses who also give you stuff. The Yaguai chiefs is the same concept, but these are all side bosses who have an actual like health bar that you have to put all the way down. And then of course the Yaguai kings are the main bosses that you have to defeat in each area. Characters are people you meet along the way, including bosses that you may have to fight. And then obviously the meditation spots, which we have all 3 in the Blackwind Mountain area. But we're not done yet. There is something we have to do in chapter 2 first in order to unlock the last boss, which is part of a quest that goes over 4 chapters. Now, this is where you need to be to finish chapter 1's last boss. You defeat the Rat King in chapter 2, and you want to make sure that Wandering White is fully loaded and ready to be used as the spirit that you have. Now, there is a way for you to open it during the fight, but this is just the easier way to do it. You defeat him, you come back here, you walk up to this wall, and you hit Wandering White right here. Oh! This opens the crack in the wall, you go in, and then you get the chest inside of this little cave. You will hear somebody talking to you though, after you pick it up. Now, this gives you the long scales. The long scales are used to open little secret areas in both chapter 1 and chapter 2. This is part of the long quest, which is a dragon quest within the entire game up until chapter 4. From here, you're going to want to fast travel back to a shrine and travel back to outside the forest, which is the second shrine in Forest of the Wolves of chapter 1. Now, from this shrine, you don't have to fight everybody, but you're gonna go this way. Make this left, come up this way. Make another left. And now, you hear the same voice that spoke to you in the cave speaking to you here. Keep following the path. Once you get to this waterfall, you're going to want to walk up. There's usually an enemy here if you didn't search here before, but now you will see examine. Obviously, press examine, and the waterfall now stops and opens up a new area. This is another side boss within chapter 1, the last one, which you need something from chapter 2 to unlock. So if you go to your journal and you see question marks for one thing left, it's this guy. You'll get a cutscene. After you defeat him, you get the final chest of chapter 1. And now you are 100% complete with chapter 1. Subscribe to the channel because chapter 2 100% guide is coming very shortly. I'm Chris Anthony, your indie guide, and you know the vibes, baby. Yeah.